Hey guys, welcome to episode number 2 of Sunday Sweets. This is a weird time right now to be doing Sunday Sweets, but I just kind of want to be an outlet to you guys to watch for 15 minutes of the day. It's a weird deal right now. You know, a lot of us have been quarantining or flattening the curve or social distancing, or hey, if you're in Murray County, nothing's slowed down. The grocery stores are busier, the pharmacies are busier, the roads for some reason are busier. It really hasn't set in here, I don't think. I know our cases went up by like 15 over the night. I think that's what my dad said. If any of you know Heath that are watching this, you know what precautions that my family is taking, because my stepmom is due for her third baby in 3 weeks. And they have told us, or them, that she can only have one person with her at the hospital. So you guys know how Heath is. So Lord bless her soul. She might need some extra prayers for the baby and for being one-on-one with Heath in the hospital. So Dad's pretty serious about it, which he is over 50. So he's pretty serious about it just because he has little kids, and Jess is pregnant and they have a new baby, and so we have heard all about it. He has been studying for days, reading all the articles that he can find, watching all the news channels that he can watch about this virus that's going around. So it's been quite the entertainment to be listening to Heath the past couple days. But anyways, so today we are going to be making a crumble cinnamon banana bread. I have made this before and it was a hit with my whole family. They all loved it. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this today for our episode of Sunday Sweets. And then we have another video coming out that I've been working on of week 3 with the chicks and the big hens, and I have been getting 4 eggs a day with 5 chickens. So I've been giving away like crazy because we can't keep up with that. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so I've kind of turned the camera sideways here so you can see all of the workspace. So I am going to make one for me and I'm gonna make one for family. So I'm gonna double the recipe, but I'm gonna tell you just enough for one. So we're gonna start by preheating our oven to 350 degrees. And I keep my cast iron here in the oven, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that out of there. So we're gonna start out in a large bowl. I'm gonna beat together 1 cup of sugar, 1 egg, and a teaspoon of vanilla. So I'm gonna add in my sugar in this bowl. I'm gonna add, you can already see 1 egg in there, but remember I'm doubling. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my farm fresh eggs here. So I'm gonna add, it really calls for 1, but I'm gonna double so it calls for 2. And then I never really measure vanilla. I just kind of add what I like. So it says 1 teaspoon, so I'm gonna go ahead and 1, 2. So again, we're doubling, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on and beat this together. Okay, so now that I have mixed that together, I'm gonna go ahead and add a stick of butter. Remember, again, I'm gonna say this probably 30 times. I'm doubling it, so I'm adding 2. So you can do room temperature. My fridge door actually was left open on accident, so it's already soft for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on and we're gonna beat until it's smooth. Now that that's beaten, we're gonna go ahead and add our bananas and our buttermilk. So I never keep buttermilk on hand, but I always have milk on hand and I always have lemon juice on hand. So the deal is, for every cup of buttermilk, you use a 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice, I think it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up to a cup and add my half a teaspoon of lemon juice. If you're using this as just the regular recipe, you're gonna use a half a cup and you'll use a fourth a teaspoon of lemon juice. So I've added my buttermilk and I'm gonna go ahead and unlock this and tip it up, and I'm going to start adding my bananas. So some of these bananas are super ripe, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and add my bananas in there. This is why I almost didn't even make this, because I did not know if these were too ripe, but they look fine to me. So we're gonna go ahead and add in 2 to 3 bananas. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in 5. So I've added my buttermilk and my bananas, and all I lack now is my dry ingredients. So I'm gonna add 2 cups of flour for the regular recipe and then 4 normally. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that in here. So 4 cups of flour here. So there's 1. This is going to be full to the brim. So now I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I think I'm gonna have to go to the store today, and I am dreading it, because I don't have any baking soda. So, and now you're gonna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So we're gonna go ahead and mix that up here, and I'm gonna add a little bit more cinnamon. So I added a regular cinnamon, but I had this stuff when I had the store, and it is called Magic Dust. A lot of people bought this when I was going out, when I was having my sale to close. It's called Magic Dust, so it's really sugar, spices, and natural vanilla flavor. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of this into the bread, and we'll see how it comes out. The last thing I'm gonna add in here is some chopped pecans. So I'm old school. I don't really like to get very many things dirty, so I'm gonna put them in this Ziploc baggie here, and I'm gonna take my half a cup, and I'm just going to crush them just like this. I'll go ahead and show you down here. This way that you can get some larger chunks in there, and you don't have to, they're not like all pulsed together. They're chunks, and you can get some good pieces of pecans while you chop it like this. See, some of them are pulsed, but then you have some larger pieces as well. So I'm gonna dump this back into there. Okay, now that I've got this done, I'm gonna go ahead and grease my pan. See, I'm gonna use a smaller loaf pan for one of them, and then a regular loaf pan for the other. But you guys know that I love me some crumble topping. I think Brandon just woke up. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm scooping this batter into the loaf pan. So that's probably good for this one, because we are going to add a topping and it will get bigger. So this is my smaller pan that I'm gonna take for us, and then I'm gonna give the bigger one, split it up and take it to the neighbors or some family. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill these up. I've sprayed these, and we'll, after this, I will show you the topping that goes on. Now that I've got equal parts in our baking dish, I mixed a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of flour, a half a cup of powdered sugar, and some cinnamon in here, and I added 4 tablespoons of melted butter. So a lot of times it'll get crumbly, but this is more like a batter, okay? So we're gonna take a big spoonful and kind of drizzle it over this batter here, and I'll show you what we're gonna do. So go ahead and drizzle over, it can just be chunks, it really doesn't matter. I'll show you what we're gonna do with it. So now that we've gotten our crumbled batter on the top, we are going to take 2 toothpicks and we're going to just swirl this batter around where it covers the top. And this is because it has the brown sugar and the flour and all of that is going to get crispy on top. And it's gonna be so good. So I am gonna finish this and I'll tell you what we do next. Okay, I am going to give you a before shot. So this is going to be, can you see how swirly and crumbly that goodness is? So we're gonna go ahead and throw these in the oven at 350 degrees for 45 to 60 minutes. So this smaller one will probably get done faster than what the big one was. So we're just gonna test it. You just test it with a toothpick. When it comes out clean, it's done. Then I'll show you what it looks like after we're done. Okay, so it's been cooking for about an hour. So it was still jiggly on top when I took it out at 45 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like. So it's been in there, I think it was right at an hour. So look at that bad boy. You know on cooking shows and they always say, oh gosh, I wish you could smell through this TV. I wish you could smell through this YouTube channel right now. It is so stinking good. So the other one's is bigger. It's still in the oven there. So I had a little bit of batter left over from both loaf pans, and I went ahead and made some like little buntinis. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it up and have me a slice for an afternoon snack at about 2 o'clock, and we'll catch you next week.